Hey everybody, today in this video I just want to go over a few things for my subscribers regarding some feedback and some video requests I've gotten. First off, I would like everyone to know that I'm only a high school student, so I decided to write out um, about everything that I know how to do, that I'm probably readily available to do a video on. So obviously I'm mastered all of high school math. Um, so anything like trigonometry, whatever, and all the way up to single and multivariable calculus, including sort of vector calculus. I think, as a general rule, like undergraduate calculus is pretty easy. I've looked at some stuff in like real analysis. I think that is not comparably so easy. Um, But if it's anything like just taking an integral or doing a derivative or, you know, I'm pretty good with vectors. I think they're one of my favorite topics in math. Um, on top of that, I am a pretty quick learner. So if you have a specific example that you request for me, I mean, there's this isn't limited. This isn't all I can do. I can try, and I would like to try because my mode is when one teaches to learn. I would love to learn some of these things that you guys want to learn. And I am a very accelerated learner, so it just depends. But if there's things I've never heard before and just a quick Google search doesn't really show much of what they are used for, then I'm sort of out of the blue. Next off is Olympiad Math, and usually this covers the four main topics of combinatorics, number theory, geometry, and algebra. Now, that is to say, I do not know everything because I know combinatorics and number theory especially have sort of branches into like once you get into college, and there are a lot of advanced topics in these subjects that I don't know. I only know what is applicable for Olympiad math. Same goes for geometry. I know there are things that some Olympiad students prefer to know, stuff like the Nagel point, which I know what it is, so I've learned about it, but don't I'm not readily going to use it in a problem. And then algebra, I don't know what I can say about that. There's inequalities, but I'm pretty bad at those. I know AMGM, I know Cauchy-Schwarz, and I know how to prove those, so if you want videos on that, I can do that. But like I said, these fields that Olympiad Math covers, I know what I need to know for Olympiad Math, or at least, there are some gaps, like I said, in inequalities and stuff, and that also to say I can't solve every Olympiad problem, but it would be nice if, hey, could you make a video on this Olympiad problem or whatever, like and the AIME exams, I can do those, but I can't do all of them, obviously, because I didn't qualify for the Olympiad this past year, made a few mistakes, but I would say that I'm above average in that regard. Next is abstract slash modern algebra. Um, I took classes on this twice, but never really got as far as groups. I've read up on my own about like rings and fields, and I guess I understand it, but I don't readily have, the definition of a field in my head. Um, I just know I only knew groups, and then there's logic and stuff like that. Um, and graph theory, I also have taken this twice, so I've learned quite a bit about it because um, both times I took it, we learned very different material. And also some graph theory is used in Olympiad combinatorics, but I would say I'm not combinatorics is not my specialty. It's actually my worst out of these four subjects, I would say, when it comes to the Olympiad. Um, whereas I don't know if I'm better at number theory geometry. Um, I can usually figure out a geometry. Like I would say geometry is just easier because it's almost like there's less to know. Like everything is, similar triangles. And, like I solved that IMO shortlist problem just using similar triangles, and that was it. And Cheva's theorem, but that's something everyone should know, even for the AMC exam. So, I mean, graph theory, and I have a textbook on it, so I can always refer to anything. Again, I'm a quick learner, so. Now, linear algebra, I haven't taken a class in this. I know matrices, I know determinants, I know sort of doing equations and stuff. So there's probably some like high-level examples. You guys might want to give me, like I know someone requested a video about the Hermitian matrix, but I had never heard of that, and I just looked it up, and it sort of seemed like something that just had properties. And he asked, well, what benefits do they have? And I'm like, I don't know. But again, I just want to take this time to say that I am a high school student, so I won't be able to answer every, college level question, which is why I'm making this video, just to know, just to sort of set boundaries. And I know there's YouTubers like Thematica who are younger than me, but have a crazy understanding of like everything college level, like topology and stuff that I haven't even learned about. Which I mean, that's great for him, and if there's something that he can cover, I would recommend going to him um, for that. And then other special topics. I took a class in math physics this last semester, so I know about like gamma beta function, how to use those for integrals. Basically, I know a lot of integration tricks, I should say. Um, so there's that. And then Fourier series and transforms, I have notes on those, but if you want me to make a video on those, I have to sort of brush up on them. And well, the thing about these special topics is that I like when I learned them, it was in a math physics class, so it was more geared towards physics and not the math. So we didn't really prove much. Um, but I would love to learn how to prove, some properties about these functions and stuff, like especially complex integration. Like we sort of took that, not even sort of, we took that for granted, like a lot of its properties, because we learned how to solve a specific integral, and I know that Flammable Maths had a video on it, and he had done it by complex integration. I was like, oh, cool. Then I go to the video, and it's like 20 minutes long, and I'm like, well, geez, I solved it in like 2 minutes in class. But it's because we didn't really, um, we took the properties for granted. We were just like, oh, here's how you do a complex integral. We didn't really justify any of it. So, I mean, that's that. But I would love to learn all the nitty gritty. And I am taking a class in complex analysis next semester. Um, and I'm really looking forward to that. So, yeah. And another thing that I would like to include in this video is about my handwriting. Um, I explained in a comment to somebody that um, my handwriting is not so good when writing like equations, like square roots and x plus this one, especially writing exponents. And I don't want to write too big because then I feel like I'm always running out of space. Unless you guys, I mean, do you guys want me to write bigger if that would help? I think I tried doing that in my combinatorics videos. I was like, here's an A, here's a B, but then my one of my B's was like that or something. I don't know. Yeah. Well, in the near future, which is my birthday, which is coming up in like 2 weeks ish, Um, I will hopefully be getting a writing tablet, and that will make all of this much nicer. I would tell you that my handwriting, it's not the worst handwriting. I know there are people who write better than me, but and especially with math, sometimes I tend to write fast, but for videos I usually write slower, so I think that will make it better. But my actual handwriting is better than trying to write with a mouse. Like I know there's things like an A, which like a lowercase a, which is just like oh, like that's really hard to write for me. And I know that like that could be a Q, that could be anything. That could be a G for any for all you care. But yeah, so soon I will have a writing tablet and the handwriting will improve tremendously. But I would like to ask any of my subscribers that you just stick with it for a while. I'll try writing bigger if you like comment below if you think that writing bigger will help solve the problem. And I like to say what I'm writing um like as I write it and multiple times, sort of like Khan Academy style. Like he says what he's writing. He's like, matrix. Like, so I kind of do that just to make it clear what I'm writing. But I know a lot of people says it's sort of like it distracts from the video trying to keep track of what I'm writing. So, um, yeah, I'm sort of repeating what I'm saying, but. Yes, soon enough, I will have a writing tablet, and this whole handwriting issue will cease. Okay? Sorry, I just have a mouse for now, so that's. And I tried last night making a tripod out of textbooks, but it didn't really go so well. I didn't feel like I had enough space on the paper. I'm sure there's better things I could have done, but yeah. Well, I think that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Thank you for your support. Again, comment below if you would like me to write bigger, um, or whatever. And just try and whenever you ask about a topic, make sure it's falls within one of these things. And if it's not, like, just make the question really specific, so I can have a better idea of what to make a video about. That will really help me make the video. Um, and yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.